Welcome to Unbreakable Latina. Hi guys, welcome back to Unbreakable Latina. This is your host Melina. I hope you're having an amazing day, whatever day you're listening to this on. Today is Super Bowl Sunday, and I am not a huge football fan, but I am a fan of food, and I do like me a halftime show, so I will be going to a Super Bowl party. I never grew up watching the Super Bowl. Like, I can't remember my family being like, hey, let's get together and watch the Super Bowl until I was an adult. But the first time that I went to a Super Bowl party was with my first boyfriend. And I remember he was like, you want to go watch the Super Bowl? I'm like, what is that? And he's like, you've never watched the Super Bowl? And I'm like, no. He's like, it's like the playoffs for football. I'm like, oh, yeah, my brother played football when he was in high school. And yeah, that day I figured out that it's basically just a carnita asada with football and people just eat and drink. And ever since that day, I became a Super Bowl fan. Not a football fan, but a Super Bowl fan. So today I will definitely be hitting up a Super Bowl party to go eat and enjoy the Rihanna show. So this week, things got real serious between me and my gym crush. I haven't talked about him, but he's been going to the gym for a while at the same time that I go. We show up at the same time. Like I said on Instagram, we're basically a couple. I'm totally kidding, guys. But I was thinking before I went to the gym, sometime this week, I can't even think. My days se mezclan. I was thinking, like, if I see him again, I am going to talk to him. But both me and him walk in with our headphones in, so we don't want to be disturbed. So I thought maybe I'll take off my headphones and, like, say something, and then he's going to have to take off his headphones. And my idea was going to say, like, if we walked in together, because sometimes we do, I wanted to say, like, okay, same time tomorrow? Like, hey, you showed up on time, or something like that. Anyways, I parked my car right in front of the gym door, and I'm eating my yogurt because I had no time to eat at work. And I look up, and as I'm putting the spoon in my mouth, like full of yogurt, because I'm trying to eat fast so I could get this workout in and go home, and I make eye contact with him and I smile, and I'm thinking, I should wave, but my hand, like, it didn't move. Like, and he smiled back at me, and then he looks down, and I look down, and it was just a moment that I will never forget. And the next day we did the same thing. We didn't do eye contact like that, but we walked in at the same time, and like he went his way, I went my way, but then we ended up together nearby. So yeah, things are getting real serious, and I don't know, I'll keep you guys updated. Maybe I'll get ballsy enough to say something, but knowing me, I probably won't say So this week on Monday, I did a lunch gym workout because I wanted to have some free time in the evening because I had something to do. I don't even know. I think I had to go to the store because I ran out of like protein waffles or something like that. So I did my lunch workout, got out of work, felt really accomplished because I was like, let's get the show on the road. I hit up Target and get some gas and wash my car. So I hit up Target. It's packed because it's Monday, of course. I didn't put an online order because I lost track of time. Anyways, I go to Target. I go to the car wash, and the car wash is long line because everybody wants to wash their cars at the same time that Melina wants to wash her cars. And I started getting like frustrated. And I'm thinking to myself, like, relax. Like, you have time. You don't have anything else to do. Like, you're fine. So I get in the car wash, and finally it's my turn to get in the car wash. And I have this membership because I live in the rancho, like I told you guys before. So my car gets really dirty. I have to wash it multiple times. Everyone's like, you're always at the car wash. I'm like, yeah, because I can't see because there's so much dirt. But anyways, I go to the car wash, and tell me why I get stuck. It wasn't very long, but it felt like an eternity. So I get stuck in there, and then my car finally starts going. The whole machine shut off. So all the cars were stuck. And then it turns back on, but then it doesn't dry my car. So my car has all these water spots. And at this point, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, I just waited like 20 minutes to do this car wash, and this is what happens. So I'm like, okay, maybe you're just a little hangry because you worked out and, you know, it's time to eat. Like, you hungry, girl. So I see In-N-Out staring back at me, and I'm like, you know what? A little cheeseburguesita, and it's not going to hurt. It's going to hit my protein goals. And I go through the drive-thru. I order my cheeseburger, but this time I'm feeling crazy, so I'm gonna get a double cheeseburger. So I got a double cheeseburger, grilled onions, chopped chilies, extra toasted, no tomato. And I'm like, wow, this is gonna hit the spot. So they repeat my order. I'm like, yeah, that's correct. And then I pay for it. They repeat it again. I'm like, yeah, that's correct. And I get my burger and it has raw onions. As soon as I bite into it, I hate raw onions. I know I'm weird. Like I could eat it in pico de gallo, pero in a burger they have to be grilled. And I'm just like, this is disgusting. And I just didn't want to go back to In-N-Out. Like my car's full of water spots. So at this point, I'm spiraling, right? Because when things don't go my way, I tend to start thinking, well, what if I didn't do this? And if I just went straight home, or if I would have gone to the gym for the second time today, or made a meal at my house, like this wouldn't have happened. The new improved version of me has become more self-aware of these situations that sometimes things are out of our control. And just have to let it go. Like, ¿qué te ganas con estar ahí con mal humor? Like, I was thinking to myself, why are you being like this? Why are you being so negative? There's no reason to. It's just a cheeseburger. It's just a car wash. Maybe something else is going to happen to you. Like, todo pasa por una razón, ¿verdad? Like, who knows why all these obstacles were happening to me when I thought I was going to have like a super chill evening. But it's just important to not let little things like that get to you, because I know like I give you guys all this advice, but I fight with myself. And why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because no one's life is perfect. And I made a video the other day because I've been wanting to do like a spend a day with me video, and I've done a couple, but it's hard. It's hard to do those videos. So if you're one of the creators that makes videos like spend a day with me and you get the perfect angles, and it's a lot of work. I don't have the correct lighting in my home, and I was like, you know what? Who cares? This is the real me. So I try to record as much as possible. I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember. One of my work days. And I just wanted to like spend a day with me to see everything I do. Once I got to work, I forgot about it. I forgot about recording, and I was like, oh shoot, like I said I was gonna like record when I went to lunch or when I went to the farmer's market, and I didn't do any of that. But the reality is that a lot of our lives are very hectic, and I try my best to like live in the moment and slow down. And that's the reason that I forget to record. Like on that day, I went to the farmer's market with one of my good friends, Ruben, and we were just catching up on his vacation. And the last thing that was on my mind is like, let me record this. It was not on my mind. My mind was like, oh, I missed my friend. Let me see what he has to say about his vacation. So when I realized that my video was not going to really reflect on my whole day, I decided, well, this is what I'm going to put out there, because this is my reality. I don't wake up and journal and meditate, and I don't conquer the world before work. I'm literally trying to make it to work on time every day. I'm always running late, but I always make it on time, and that makes me proud. But could I be better? Yeah, of course. We could all be better. There's always room for improvement. But I'm not going to be hard on myself, because that's just how my life has gone. I've been staying up late and working on stuff, or sometimes I'm not even working on stuff. Nomás me estoy haciendo pendeja. Pero no voy a aparentar a alguien que no soy. So la próxima vez that you're feeling down about you not having the morning routine that you saw someone on social media have, be nice to yourself, because 90-something% of us, I'm sure, I'm not a scientist, but most of us are just trying to survive. They're trying to get to work on time, trying to get your kids to school, trying to get your finals done or your homework. We're all trying to survive here. So be kind to yourself. So you guys know I am the queen of oversharing. So here you go. This week I had a pap smear. And if you haven't had a pap smear, what are you doing, girl? Get that appointment going, because you need to get checked. I don't hate going. I know some people are like, oh my God, I dread going. Like, the doctor doesn't bother me. I just don't like going to hospitals, because they kind of put me in this weird, sad mood, because I see all the sick people. And on my way there, I was rushing per usual, and estaba toda agitada, and there was construction, so it was hard to get to the building that I needed to get to. Finally got there, got checked in. I was right on time, and the nurse takes me in, and she takes my blood pressure, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's really high." And I'm like, "I can't breathe." I'm like, "I'm wearing this mask," and I was like rushing here. And she's like, "Okay, I can ask you a couple questions, and then you could catch your breath, and we'll take your blood pressure again." And sure enough, it went down. The poor girl probably thought I was in the middle of having a heart attack right here because she looked really concerned. But I was just out of breath, girl. So, anyways, like she asked me all these questions. When's your last period? Blah blah blah. And then the doctor comes in. So she asked me if I'm there because I'm due for one or do I have any concerns. I was like, look, I don't have any concerns right now. I just want to get checked because, you hear stories of like cervical cancer and all these things. So I just wanted to check. And I don't know when the last time I had a pap smear, but apparently they only recommend them every 5 years after 30 or some BS like that. Don't let them turn you away. They will do it. I wasn't due for one. Apparently, I had one like 2 years ago. So she did the pap smear. She asked me if I had any questions, and I was just asking her, like, I'm getting older, so do you guys check for fertility and stuff like that? I don't know these things, okay, guys? I was just concerned because, I want to be a mom one day, but si Dios quiere, como dice mi mamá. But I wanted to ask, and she's like, well, we don't check. And I asked her about like hormone levels, and I was just asking away. I'm like, I have her here. I'm going to ask. And basically, she just was like, if nothing is like abnormal, like you're getting your menstrual cycle regularly, nothing crazy's happening, then you're fine. And you won't know until you start trying to have kids. And I'm like, okay. So this is your reminder to get your pap smear. And when I didn't have insurance, I know that my campus, CSUSB, offered like checkups like that and STD testing, birth control, everything. So there is resources out there. Don't let things slide. If something's abnormal, go to the doctor. My mom is the type of person that will always encourage me to go to the doctor, even si agarro like a little rash on my thumb or something. So I've always been like that. The sight of anything wrong with me, I right away want to know, because you know your body. If something's not normal, go get checked. So yesterday was my mom's birthday. So everybody say happy birthday to Melina's mom. She turned 63. I love my mom. She's my bestie. And we kind of didn't tell her that we were all getting together for dinner for her. So she was pretty surprised when everybody started arriving. And it was just nice to spend time with my family. Although we didn't talk much because the mariachi was very loud. We went to Casa del Sol in Tustin and really had a good time. But the food, the food needs a lot of improvement. You guys know I'm always about the food. I just started this podcast talking about food. I'm a foodie. But a lot of the places that have mariachi, the food always sucks. Like Pancho Villas in Fontana. I used to like going there for the show, but the food is always terrible and, can't have it all. But regardless, she looked like she had a great time, and that makes me happy because seeing her happy makes me happy. On this week's episode, I wanted to talk about like health and fitness and just being a semi-healthy girl because I'm not perfect. I'm not the type of girl, like I said before in the last podcast, that I won't like be like, oh no, I'm not gonna have that piece of cake because I'm working on my goals. That's not me. It's never gonna be me. I've tried to be that girl, but it didn't work out. So all in all, my health fitness journey started probably in my early college years, so a long time ago. It's gonna be, how long is it gonna be? It's gonna be 10 years since I graduated college. Okay, so do the math. It started a while ago. On my dad's side of the family, diabetes runs in the family. Even my cousin's kids have had it. And once my dad got diagnosed with diabetes, I knew that my lifestyle had to change because I used to be the type of girl that would eat chips all the time. I would drink like 2 Cokes for every dinner. So you can only imagine. Me gustaba guzguear. I still like to, but I have more self-control. And I started getting scared because I saw how my dad had to take medication and take his insulin levels and just watching the rest of the family be sick. And I knew that I didn't want that lifestyle for myself. Like, I didn't want to be sick. I didn't want to have to depend on medication. I didn't want to have to inject insulin. So I'm very always on top of that. Every year I go get my blood work because I want to make sure that I am not pre-diabetic or anything like that. And my mom really tried hard to change my dad's diet and to make him eat healthy so he could live a long life and just get him to work out and go on walks. And maybe he tried it for like 2 weeks. My mom was cooking fish and she never used to cook fish, and just making sure that she cut sodas, because we used to be the type of family that had all kinds of sodas. We had cans, like we'd go to El Super or to Superior. Nos agarramos like the 3 for 12. So we always had all kinds of sodas and papitas y todo malo. We always had it. But once my dad got diagnosed with diabetes, my mom tried really hard to be like, no, we're not going to get sick. When I was about 22 or 23, no, earlier. I was 21, I think. I started working at LA Fitness. I myself had never stepped into a gym besides like working out when I used to play tennis in high school, and when I was in college, I think I did yoga and like self-defense class. Oh my gosh, what a joke. I can't believe I took that class. It was so lame. I remember it. But I never had really had a gym membership or knew how to work out or weight. Oh, scary. So that's how I got introduced to working out, because a lot of the girls that would work at the gym were these fitness girlies. They were older than me, and I would see them work out, but I had my free gym membership because I worked there now. So I started like going on the treadmill and bringing my friends along because I had a guest pass. So we'd go to the treadmill, and not until I started dating this juice head, this meathead, did I learn how to work out. And I'm thankful for him because he taught me a lot, but he traumatized me too. So a win is a win, right? I learned something, and he taught me how to work out because he was really into fitness. He also was into steroids, but that's another conversation for another day. Oh my God, I swear, I love making jokes out of my trauma. Can you relate? I'm sure you can, because that's why you listen to my podcast. So I learned a lot from this guy. He taught me how to work out. He was really into being buff. I started working out. And little by little, I saw my body changing, and then I started dating people that went to the gym. And some may say that I was using them to learn how to work out. I'm just kidding. It just happened that way. You start hanging out at the gym, you start liking it. And I started seeing like my body transforming, right? I was gaining muscle. I used to have a flat butt, and I was kind of getting like a perky butt. So I'm not like a bodybuilder. I don't eat exactly everything I'm supposed to, but I learned to work out, and I learned like you have to divide. One day you're gonna do arms, one day you're gonna do legs, and just started developing. And like with social media growing, I started following fitness accounts and watch YouTube videos. So I stayed working out throughout my 20s. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I didn't realize how therapeutic working out was. Sure, sometimes I still like, I'm like, oh, do I really want to go? But it's not because, okay, it's because I don't want to go. I just want to lay down. Sometimes I just want to lay down, and that's normal. But you have to push yourself. So not only did I start working out, I also started learning about eating healthy and healthy meals. For a while, I would just eat chicken and veggies, like puro plain chicken and veggies. And at some point, I wasn't even seasoning my chicken. I was doing like the non-salt. Who was I? I don't know. I was really strict with my diet. I was only eating like eggs and no, not even eggs. I was eating egg whites and chicken and rice and vegetables, just plain chicken. It was so disgusting. I remember my mom telling me, te vas a empachar de pollo. And Mexican moms, they be saying some weird stuff sometimes, but she was right. At some point, I got really grossed out with chicken, and then I didn't want to eat anything healthy and started eating terrible. But then little by little, I started learning how to cook, how to make still traditional Mexican dishes, but make it healthy. Leave the tortilla out. And that has changed my life a lot, because I'm not the type of girl that's gonna eat plain chicken and veggies. Like, I need some sazon up in that baby. So these are just my tips. I'm not an expert in health and fitness, but I work a desk job. So I'm sitting a lot of the time at work, but I make a habit of getting up and going to get water or going to the restroom. Sometimes I take the stairs, but I wear heels at work, so the stairs can be dangerous for a clumsy person like me. But I try to walk. I try to get out of my building whenever it's lunchtime. If it's not doing a workout at lunch, and a lot of people say, like, Melina, how do you work out at lunch? And let me tell you, I don't even know how I do it, but I make sure that I have my clothes ready, and I as soon as it hits 12, I get dressed and I head to the gym. The gym is about, with no traffic, like 5 minutes. With traffic, like 10 minutes. But I do this because sometimes I know myself and I know I'm going to have a long day and I'm not going to want to go to the gym after work. So I make an effort to squeeze in at least a 30-minute workout. Sometimes I'm lucky and I get a 45-minute workout. It just depends on the traffic and how my day is going and if the gym is empty, which most of the time it is at that time for the gym I go to. But I make an effort to try to work out, at least commit myself for 30 minutes. I know starting to go to a gym is really intimidating. I feel like nowadays we have more resources to teach us how to work out, like the internet, but it can still be intimidating for someone that's never stepped foot in a gym. If you go to the gym, you're feeling shy, you don't know how to use the equipment, a lot of gyms offer a free training session. Take that to your advantage just to learn how machines work. You can also start going to those group classes that they offer at the gym. There's a lot of different ones like Zumba and like cycling, or they have like one, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Body Works, where you lift weights and you learn how to do like deadlifts and things of that sort. So if you don't know how to do it, there'll be a teacher and they'll help you with your form. Now, if you're still not convinced to go to a gym, you're shy, or it doesn't fit your budget, you can always go walking in your neighborhood. Or you can also work out with some YouTube videos. Start off small, do a 10-minute workout, do a 15-minute workout, and build yourself up. During the pandemic, I remember I used to do YouTube videos outside because I was so tired of being inside the house that I would just put like my phone, and there you see my neighbors would watch me do some burpees and just try to stay active. As far as my eating habits, I can eat chips for days, but I do not buy chips for my household because if I see them, I will eat them all in one sitting. I don't buy cookies because I like cookies. I don't buy any unhealthy snack that I could keep in my house for a long time. I'll only buy it if we have people over, or if I go somewhere. Like today, I went to the Super Bowl party. Girl, I was eating chips all day. And normally I wouldn't. I don't go out of my way to buy those things unless it's a party. So I've cut pura gusguera, like I don't buy it. And I know it's hard because like if you're living with your parents and your siblings, they'll bring bad snacks and you want some. But if you do, just have a little bit. Some self-control. I myself know that I have no self-control, so I don't buy those things. I choose not to. My mom is always bringing pan dulce. I try to fight the urge. I'll have a little piece para que se me quite el antojo, but I won't sit there and eat it multiple times. I have built myself to have that discipline where I can say no. If you're drinking Starbucks every day, try to limit yourself. I know it's hard. I have coffee every day, but you know what? I only put a splash of creamer and I make it at home, and it saves me a lot of money. But think about it. A Starbucks costs you on average like $5 or $6. Lately, I've been going to Cardenas to get my green juice. The green juice is like almost $7, like 6 something. The green juice is way more healthier than your Starbucks drink, especially if you're adding all sorts of syrups and making upside down this and upside down that. When I get Starbucks, I get a Starbucks iced coffee with a splash of cream and a raw sugar. I try to keep it as simple as possible. You don't realize how much sugar is in those drinks. And not that I'm saying like, oh, don't have your Starbucks, but try to limit yourself. Like, you don't realize how many calories you're having. Another way to save money and also be healthy is to prep your meals. If you know you work Monday through Friday, try to prep 4 to 5 meals. I usually like eating out on Fridays, or I don't work Fridays. So for me, 4 meals is good. So usually when I meal prep, I do a protein, a carb, and veggies, lots of veggies. I will also prep overnight oats. They're good. I used to not like oatmeal. Like I only like it when my mom made it con azúcar y canelita. But like the healthy version, I was like, oh, this is nasty. So now I've been doing overnight oats and they're really good. I'll do like half a cup of oats with a cup of almond milk. I'll do a scoop of protein and I will add a fruit, a splash of vanilla, and cinnamon. And sometimes I change it up. I'll throw like a scoop of peanut butter. And you just have to kind of tweak it to whatever you're gonna like. Greek yogurt is an amazing way to have a healthy snack or just have raw veggies ready, chopped. One thing that has also helped me is to have my veggies clean already, like washed. So when I go in the refrigerator, I just like grab them and they're ready to eat. Because yo soy una huevona when it comes to like peeling a pepino or peeling a orange. I know it sounds bad, but it's true. Like me da hueva. I rather not eat it. So when you prepare yourself to have like better choices, drink water. It's very important. I always am struggling with drinking water, but I try to make an effort. When I'm at work, it's easier, but when I'm home, se me pasa. Like ahorita tengo sed, so I'm gonna go drink a water bottle after I finish recording. Drink your agua, eat your vegetables. If you're not really like fond of vegetables, find a way to cook them because I don't like smushy vegetables. I like them to be crunchy. So I put them in the oven. I put them in the oven with sprinkle some olive oil and some salt and pepper, and they taste good to me. Calabacitas are like a staple in my household. I always make calabacitas, and if you don't know what calabacitas is, it's just Italian squash or Mexican squash. You chop it up, put a lot of garlic, put onions and tomatoes, and season them to taste, salt and pepper. You once you start making dishes you like, it's not really about like, oh my god, I have to eat vegetables. It's like, oh, this is pretty good. You have to add sazon to your plates. You can't just be eating plain shit because honestly, if you can, props to you. Me, I can't, girl. I need some seasoning. I need some flavor. I know there's a lot of creators out there that do offer recipes of healthy Mexican dishes. So find those. A lot of Latina nutritionists. I actually want to bring someone on the podcast to talk about this because I think it would be a great episode of you still eating traditional food but making it healthy. I am not super strict on like measuring my food, but now that I have measured my food, I kind of know what is 4 ounces of chicken and what is half a cup of this. But I have, like I said, put it in my fitness pal just to see if I'm getting the amount of protein that I'm supposed to have per day for my fitness goals. Never in a million years did I think that I was ever gonna be into like working out. You know how you had to do like the mile run or cross country, whatever it's called in middle school and high school? I would never run. I would be the girl walking at the end out of breath. And my excuse was always like I had asthma. Which I did, but I probably could have ran. I just didn't like it. I hated it. Till this day, I hate running. And look at me now. Growing up, I didn't even know there was gyms. I don't know if you're the same way, but I didn't know there was actual like gyms until I was in high school and I saw the boys working out, like the football guys were in this room with weights and stuff. And then when I walked into the gym to ask for a job, well, first I wanted a membership, then I saw they were hiring and I was unemployed at the time. So then that's how I started. But this came from me like pushing myself out of my comfort zone and going to the gym. And honestly, like I'm thankful for how my body has looked. I'm stronger. I used to be a little weak sauce. So now I actually can flex a little and you see a little montañita ahí. I'm kidding. But the purpose of this episode was just to tell you that it's never too late to start. You could start changing your eating habits. I can't do cold turkey. I will fail if I do that. I just try to make better choices. So try to make better choices. And it's not even for looks sometimes. It's just for health. you want to live a long life, you have to make better choices. If you keep feeding yourself like bad food, you're gonna feel bad. Having healthy food habits and just active lifestyle helps you improve your confidence. Not only your confidence, it just makes you feel better overall. And I say this from experience because I know a couple months ago I wasn't really working out. I was feeling so down about myself. And right now, I'm starting to feel better, more confident in how strong I am and just how active I've been doing. I've been trying to go on walks more. And the walks, the stupid mental health walks, do such a big difference. Like, if it's too cold outside, I'm going to go to the gym. But if the day is nice, like the past weekends have been, I think the last 2 weekends, I've gone on walks and they are just life changing. They give you this burst of energy. At least it does for me. But start small. Like I said, you don't have to change everything overnight. Just start tweaking it. I left soda, now I drink sparkling water, and I don't go to get my coffee all the time. I make it at home. So just drink your water, make more meals at home, porque hay comida en la casa. Try to have a minimum goal of like staying active for like start small, 10, then 20 minutes, then 30 minutes. You can push it higher. Whatever you want, whatever is going to make you feel better. Because once you start feeling good, like your life, it just starts getting better. And I know it sounds dramatic, but it's true. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I enjoyed recording. As always, happy Valentine's Day. Feliz Día del Amor y la Amistad. If you have a significant other, I hope you enjoy it together or you do something special. If you don't have a significant other, you are your special person. And if you really want to send somebody something, you could send me something to my P.O. Box at P.O. Box 328 Jurupa Valley, California, 92519. I'm just kidding. Not really. If you want to send me like a little Valentine's Day gram, go for it. I am always open to receiving gifts. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Follow me at Unbreakable Latina on TikTok and Instagram, on Twitter at Latina Podcast, and YouTube, and what else? That's it. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.